Yo, what's happening? Rodney Ferrell here, founder and owner of Ferrell Development Group. But before I actually begin my story, I want to give a real shout out to the R.E.A.L Manhood and my boy Dwight Taylor Sr. for putting on this amazing event. And then what I want you to do is give me some clap emojis right now, because I want you guys to give yourself a hand for actually showing up. And showing up is one of the most valuable things you can do in any particular situation. So, real quick story about my life and where I came from and how I got to this space of business ownership. About 20 plus years ago, I started my business entrepreneur career in the real estate industry. Did that for about a decade plus. 2008 came, right? I know some of you guys wasn't even around, but I'll tell you this quick story. Back in 2008, the economy took a huge crash and a dive. So what I had to do is I had to take ownership and personal responsibility. And that is some of the key points that I want to share with you guys, is putting yourself in a position to take ownership of your life and also take personal responsibility, take an active responsibility to everything that you got going on in your life, right? So that's where my story of Ferrell Development Group begins, is I had to take particular ownership of what I did in my day, my finances, and everything else like that. So what we do at Ferrell Development Group is we help entrepreneurs and businesses alike. We help them in the area of sometimes marketing, sometimes content, meaning the media, sometimes operations, and sometimes finances, right? So our whole sole purpose is we want to invest in ecosystems that help them grow, right? We want to put ourselves in position to grow to a place so we can always be in a position to contribute. So growth and contribution are those two main factors that we represent and some of our core values within our ecosystem, right? What I would say is, in terms of what got me here and what placed me in this position, is I always wanted to be financially free. I came from humble beginnings in Los Angeles. I look back at where I came from as a school. I never let my past define me. I looked at my past as a school, a learning lesson. How can this past put me in a position where I can learn to be better and grow and put myself in position so then I can go back to where I came from and provide value and be a resource that I was looking for. I was always a person that wanted to say, I wish I would have been the person I needed, right? So I just became that person, right? Be the change you want to see in the world. And that was the mission that I wanted to stick behind on a daily basis. I want to provide value to you guys so you understand what my company does and how we actually tie that into some of the principles that I use on a daily basis to help me grow and help my family generate more capital, and also so I can invest in individuals like yourself. So taking ownership, what that means is when you take ownership of any activity, so let's say you desire to be an entrepreneur, and an entrepreneur is a creator of a business that works, right? You want to sell shoes to your network, you want to sell your shoes at a profit, perfect, that's a reasonable business. That would imply that you have to take 100% responsibility of everything that goes on in that business. What's your market like? Do your own market research, right? Who buys the shoes that you actually sell? On top of that, how can you communicate to them in a more effective manner so they say, you know what, those are the shoes I want, so I want to buy those. What about the content you create? We all now have social media. How can you communicate that message to them? Where they're at? Are they on TikTok? Are they on Instagram? Where is your market at? And then can you create content that's gonna attract them enough so they say, you know what, I wanna buy my shoes from him, right? So those are the things that you wanna think about and take 100% responsibility of, so you can put yourself in a position to keep winning and keep serving that client that you would have. So that's what we do as a whole in terms of business. One of the things that I utilize to help me with this process of execution, and this is vitally important, is a result-focused, purpose-driven, massive action plan strategy. So let me say that again. This is something you might want to write down and definitely put some fire emojis if you like it. It's a way to get things done. It's a result-focused, purpose-driven, massive action plan. So the idea is, before you start any action, focus on the result that you want to accomplish. That result could be, you know what, I want to sell 20 pairs of shoes. That's the result. Ask yourself the next question, purpose-driven. Why do you want that result? You may say, I want to sell 20 pairs of shoes because I want to yield $1,000 in revenue. And that $1,000 in revenue is gonna allow me to pay for this or that, whatever that is. Understand the reason why you wanna do it. And then the next is the massive action plan, which is an abbreviation for MAP. This is the how. So now you say to yourself, what are all the different ways I could actually go about selling 20 pairs of shoes? And that's where you design the plan. So one of the plans could be, I'm gonna send a DM to 100 of my friends. That's one strategy. Another strategy could be like, I'm going to make a post and let people know that I sell shoes. That's strategy number 2. So imagine if you designed a map that had about 20 different strategies. Then you scheduled all of those strategies and make sure you got them done. That is a very, very simple way to develop an execution strategy or a system of getting something done that most people have not even discovered. So I'm also in the process of writing a book called HSC. It's a pyramid shape. It has humans at the top, systems on the left, and capital, meaning cash flow, on the right. I like to keep things very simple so people can understand no matter where you start in the game. If you have an idea and you don't have a team yet, if you look at HSC, you can develop a team, you can put yourself in a position to make money. Or if you have a business and you're making money, you can still look at HSC and say to yourself, I can improve my area of systems, or I can improve the amount of money the company is making, or I can improve my human flow, which means maybe I need to talk to more humans. Maybe I need to read more books on business. Maybe I need to listen to more podcasts or YouTube videos about people who are doing a similar thing that I'm doing. So ultimately, you always want to put yourself in a position where you can take principles and take strategies, combine them together to help you grow and help you win. Because at the end of the day, information can change the situation, and you have the ability to collect wisdom. One of the main things I do on a daily basis, I'm just trying to figure out more ways to collect wisdom so I can learn and put myself in position to execute in a way to get me the results that I'm looking for. So remember, go back to the beginning, take ownership of your mindset, know the result you want to accomplish, know why you want to accomplish that result, and design a map to do it. And remember, a business is a group of people serving another group of people. So keep humans first in the process, and let's make it happen. Congratulations to all of you. Put some clap emojis in the comments below, and let's continue. Ride out.